Hey y'all, welcome back to Sunflowers and DIYing. So today we are chalking it up with the Chalk With Me collab using the Christmas mini transfer. And so here I am taking the 3x3 mini surface from Chalk Couture, and I'm using the silver shimmer, shimmer silver, and I'm just taking that paste and going to put it over top of the whole words here, the whole phrase there, and I'm just putting that together and showing you all how this is a glitter paste, and it's really pretty. I don't really like too much glitter, but these are really pretty. It doesn't make a mess everywhere. The glitter does sometimes stick to your transfers and can be sometimes difficult to get off, but other than that, it's not like a messy glitter where it gets everywhere once you've used it. So anyway, I just used candy apple and pesto there. Here I'm taking the candy one. I'll also use the candy apple on this one. And that is a fuzzing cloth that you saw that I took it off of. It's just so that it takes off the stickiness, so it's not so strong, because they get very, very sticky. And so anyway, so yeah, here I'm taking some tumbling tower blocks from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to I start out with 3, but I realized that I didn't like the 3 because it would be really long. And so then I just decided to take off that 3rd one, and I just started making 2. So you'll do 3 sets of 2s, and then you'll do that 3 times. I hope that makes sense. And then you will also take and then glue those 3s together, and then you will take and take a popsicle stick in between them. You'll glue that on there to help give it a raised effect in between each book stack. Then also you will take I used the Waverly chalk paint in moss and ivory, and that's how I painted it, but you can use whatever color you choose. I just like the toned down color there on it, and I think it turns out cute, but each to their own. You do your own thing, and you do you, and I'll do me. So then I take the warm wishes here after I've glued them all together, transfer that you see there to the right, and I take that and I take the candy apple, and that's how I put that warm wishes on. I just used the words. I didn't use the wreath part. And then just glue this on, stack it up, and then I also did the other one to that one, then stack it up. And then I take my surface wax, and I do give it some surface wax because it just helps. It helps your transfer to be more smooth on it. So you'll be able to pull it up without any difficulties. And I also did that to the other surfaces that I used too, as well. As you see here, I quickly jumped over to this DIY, but I did come back to the other one, you'll see. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, the Chalk Couture is so simple. It's easy to use. Anyone can do it. You do not have to be crafty. You don't have to go this extreme into your crafting, whether you're embellishing something or whatnot, or choosing to do what I'm doing. You can easily just take it and put it on whatever you want. Ready surface from Dollar Tree or whatnot. Use that chalk. Use the chalkboards from Dollar Tree. Get you some surface wax, and it really helps it. All that fun stuff. You don't have to, do so much embellishing and extra things. So anyway, I'm just doing that. It's just quick and easy. I mean, you just put it on, take your paste, and bam, there it is. And if you're careful with it, it really does come out clean lines. The only time I've had bleed through is if there was like an extra piece of fuzz that I missed that was on the actual transfer, or if I didn't make sure the bubbles were out. Other than that, I mean, it's great. I mean, you just, it's with anything that you're trying to put down smooth, whether it be contact paper or whatnot. If it's not a smooth surface, it's not going to adhere to it. So that's exactly what Chalk Couture is. It needs to have that smooth surface. You put it down. Then you take your paste or your ink, whatever you're putting it on, and you just squeegee it on, and then squeegee the excess off, put the rest in your jar, and then voila, you have a beautiful DIY. So that ribbon is from Dollar Tree, some twine from Dollar Tree, and then also I just made, with that extra piece of twine there, just made a little shoestring bow, and there it is. Here's my faux book stack for my tiered Christmas tray. And this actually can be for, winter too. It does not necessarily have to be just for Christmas time. It just says warm wishes and has snowflakes on it. So go for it. And here I'm taking my ink, going to paint that scrap piece of wood that I have, and I'm going to take the snowman transfer, the CB Jolly there, and take my bright white paste and go over that. again, don't forget to check out that playlist and go check them all out. This is our October Club Couture. If you are not a club member, this would be a great way to get started on just getting into it. This is a Christmas countdown to Christmas kit that we have right now for $40. And it also comes into your designer kit. If you become a designer, you get that right now, only right now. So anyway, so definitely encourage you all to, if you're interested, contact me and private message me and just let me know. So here I'm just taking the bright white paste, and it was a little stiff, so I just gave it a stir, gave it a little distilled water, mixed it up really good, and it was fine. And then I just take it over to the snowman, put it on, and squeegee it off. Here I'm just taking a piece of wood, scrap wood that my husband cut down into houses for me, and I'm just giving it a good sand and give it smooth. Gonna paint it with the Waverly chalk paint and moss, which you don't have to use this color if you don't like it. You can paint it, just the antique wax or whatever color you like. If you want a red house, go for it. Brown house, go for it. So here I just took some popsicle sticks, cut them in half. I did use the Gorilla Glue, but it is not necessary. Excuse me. I saw that the hot glue would do just fine without it, and I just kept going with it, though. I don't know why, but anyway, so I do this, and then I also take the my paintbrush was in water, just sitting there to keep it moist, and I just added the ink to it, so that's why it's giving it like a stain effect. So if you're curious or wondering how I did that, that's all. And then that is a piece of twine that I did glue to the front of it because I did not get the point even enough. So I wanted to cover that up, not to make it so obvious. And then that's it. And then I do take the ivory and I give it a distress to it using these stencil brush from Dollar Tree. And I'm just distressing it. I apologize, I'm out of frame a little bit there, but I just take and I just spread it around just the edges, and then I put a little in the middle, and it's more or less however you like, or not even at all. But I like that distressed look to it, and you go for you. Then after I do all this, I take my surface wax again, and I just wax it on and wax it off pretty much. Buff it in and give it a good buffing, give it smoothness and all that fun stuff. And then I take the Joy to the World transfer, and I add that. And I'm using Shimmer Gold and the Candy Apple again. But I do end up going back in later and going over the Joy part. I left the Shimmer Gold there. I didn't sand it off or anything. I didn't do that extra work. But I did take and put my transfer back on and lined it up good. And then I just took the white over it because you could not see the gold very good, which is fine. The white still looked good. You'll see it at the end. I'll show a reveal of all of them again, and you'll see that one. And it still looks good. So I like it, and turns out good. So Shimmer Gold and then Candy Apple. Later I go back in with the bright white. And so that's it for that. Oh, and then I add a little wooden star that has gold glitter on it from Dollar Tree from last year, which I believe I've heard they've had them out again this year, but I haven't seen them. So then I just take a little distilled water to keep it moist so that it's not drying in my silk screen. So here I just add a little dab of glue. Then I added a little bow to it, and here it is. And that's how this one turned out. Perfect for your tier tray. It's so cute, small and little. Just works out great. So, and then I'm taking some scrap burlap that I had on hand, and I just cut it into small pieces, and then I give it a dovetail at the end to make a banner is what I'm making for my kiddos' room. And it can be difficult to chalk on, especially when you're using those smaller words that I saw. That was the worst part of it. It bled a little bit, but you still can tell what it is. It wasn't that bad. So I kept doing it. I wanted to finish it. I liked how it turned out. But if you have like a less of a wide, I don't know even know what it's called. I guess less of a mesh to it. Do one more that's more woven together. Maybe that's what it's called. I don't know. But a smoother piece of fabric, then it'll work just fine. And this is the paste. I didn't even use the ink. The paste worked just fine for me. And I'm just squeegeeing it on, squeegeeing it off, peeling it, and there it is. Then I take that same ribbon that I used for the bow earlier, and I just make that as my garland. And I've already hung it up in their room. My kiddos love it. They're 4 and 2. And then here I'm taking a ornament bell from Dollar Tree. I'm using this as a garland. I did not make the garland in this video, but I do plan on making it for my tier tray. And I'm just taking the Waverly Ivory paint, chalk paint, and just giving it a good brush in. And then I put it into my water later on. And then I ended up, I'm guessing, using the same brush for my black ink. And so that's what gave it that distressed look to it, because then I had it in my water, my cup of water with the black ink there. And so that's what it did to that. And I love it. I like how it turned out. Then I also saw that I had a little bit shimmer gold left, and I'd already torn my bag open. So I was like, well, no need to throw it away. Why not use it? So then I just took my brush and sprayed a little bit of water onto that bag, and then I just gave it a good brush in with that shimmer gold. And y'all have to let me know what you think of all these DIYs and how they turned out, and what you think. So here I'm just brushing it on and just smoothing it out. And then after I do all this, I let it dry with the heat gun real quick, and then I take my service wax again, and then I just brush it over on the bell, excuse me. And I just take my surface wax and smooth it out there. And I use the transfer Jingle All the Way mini transfer there and just put that on. I didn't put the bells. I just did the words Jingle All the Way. And I like how it turns out. I think it's super adorable. You definitely have to let me know what y'all think of all of them. And yeah. So here, like I said, I'm just finishing up that part, and then just going to add that Jingle All the Way. And I use the black velvet chalk paste and put that on. Again, do not forget to check out that playlist. There are a number of other designers that also have joined in the playlist here, and I hope that you will take the time and just go check all their videos out. And if you see something that, oh, I like how that turned out, well, go get you a fun transfer and go check out the website, and mine will be in the description box, I'm sure, as well as everyone else's. And so I encourage you to check it out and to have fun chalking it up, because it really is fun. You just, put it on and you get nice results every time, because you're just peeling that up. Because what it is it's sticky adhesive. Then it also has a silk screen there, which is giving it such the clean lines, as you will see. See? Wow. And quick, you didn't have to weed it. You didn't have to, all that extra stuff, make sure that the lines were straight, because you're using just stencil letters or something for that. But here I just took a scrap piece of, fun thing that I already had that was already done up from last year, and I just took and added Calm and Bright on it. I used the black velvet. I also came in with Sunny Side, but the black velvet was much darker, so it kind of took away from the Sunny Side for the little lamp or the fire, the flame, which is fine. I mean, it still is okay. It turns out gave it another texture to add to the tier tray, and I was all right with that. So I'm just going to take, like I said, the black velvet paste it on, and then I dried for a moment so that I can maneuver it to change it, because the way it was, it did not fit on it. And so it worked out. So here I dry it. Then I just reposition it. I didn't even wash it. I just repositioned it, put it back down, and you will see that I used the black velvet for bright, and then the bottom part of the candle of it, or whatever that is. Oh, and then the Sunny Side for the flame part of it. So, and it turned out good. I mean, I think they're fine. You just have to let me know what you all think. And so yeah. And I hope that if you guys, are interested, that you will contact me through private messenger, or you'll just go to my website and check it out. Or if you just like to know more about it and you're curious on, becoming a designer, or joining as a club member, or just, wanting to try out a Try Me kit, which would come with everything that you would need to just try it out to see how you like it. And thank you again for stopping by and taking the time to watch my video. And may you have a Merry, Merry Christmas coming up. Bye, y'all.